Hi, I'm Kathy Vitovich. Let me take you on a tour of heritage and all the artifacts around here. Come with me. Like, this is my favorite, one of my favorite photos here, because not only do you have the gentleman coming down through the parade and all the dapper gentlemen here, but look at everyone along the sides. Nobody's in jeans and t-shirts. They're all decked out for this parade. And that's all it was a parade. But then not only are all the people looking here, but look at the folks hanging out of all of their windows, right? Wherever they are. And this gentleman back here standing on a chair holding his daughter. Like, that's pride. That's what Shamokin was all about.
What year is this roughly?
1920s, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, look, that's the Jones building.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's looking...
This is the train station. So this is the wash house bar. And again, one of my favorite pictures because of the eclectic nature of it. You have children behind the bar. Can you imagine that in the 2020s? But not only that, but look at the antlers above the bar there and the lights hanging from the knob and tube here. You have the miners out front. And then you have the spit trough down here, where I was told at one point it was the pee trough, but it was actually the spit trough, and the water would come out of here from the ice areas back there, ice containers back there, and run into here and then clear that out as the miners spit into that. And I so wish I could get that year. So here we have the coal hole bar. This is part of one of the bars to the coal hole. We actually went in there in the last years of its existence, and Andy Twigger, who owned it at the time, allowed us in. We had to reformat the base to it. So all of that wood there is our idea. But this is the bar that everybody hung out at the coal hole. This was the downstairs bar, and we just cleaned it up and put it in here. And it's another artifact from where Shamokin is. I'm told that this is from the Capitol Theater. I can't confirm it because the Capitol kind of burnt down, or it was, part of that fire. But I'm told that this was in the foyer of the Capitol Theater. No one really has pictures of that, so I can't confirm it or not. But I have this here, as well as a poster from the Majestic Theater.
That's awesome.
And then a picture of the Victoria. So here's our trifecta of movie theaters in our lifetime. Now, back in the 1910s and 20s, there were 7 theaters and 1 opera house in Shamokin. And the Victoria was actually the location that we all know and loved, was actually the second location for the Victoria Theater. The first was across the street. And in 1918, I think it was, the entire block burned down. This is from the Stevens School.
Wow.
I know, right? Yep. Well, and a lot of the boards were on the actual wall, right? But yeah, that was brought out of the Stevens School. And then, these are just different photos of Shamokin's past. Can't stand when things are crooked.
Yeah.
So that's Harry and Stanley there. And that was across from the post office, what we now see as a post office.
Okay.
And it burned down. This floor was a hostel. So you had 9 bedrooms all along the front and the sides. And when we came up here, it was all the peel and stick tile from the 60s and 70s. And we were going in with our flashlight because there was no electricity. So we're going in with our flashlight, just looking in every room, and yep, there's junk in every room. And it's the suspended ceiling up here and that peel and stick. And right in here was the only shared area for those 9 bedrooms. And I'm sure at some points they were all full. But as I'm going around, I hit the 9th bedroom, which is about back here. And I shone my flashlight in and I shone it up, and one of the ceiling tiles were askew, and I saw this ceiling. So now I know that I not only have tin ceiling on the first floor, I have tin ceiling on the second floor, and it's even better condition. So it was a dirty off-white at the time, all covered up from the 1960s and 70s with that the suspended ceiling, but we still had the wiring. Yeah, we still had the wiring for all of these different lights. The lights were actually up on the 3rd floor, still in a closet up there. So we just brought them back down, rewired them, and these are all original.
Wow.
So all of these tables and chairs are from Club 122.
Oh, wow.
Right? So I got, yeah, so all of these, you see that one there, and you know, these rounded chairs, they're all Club 122 chairs. And there used to be a picture here of Club 122. But yeah, when Sammy closed down, he gave me all of his tables and chairs and his liquor license. We actually have the liquor license for Club 122. So
That's awesome.
loved Sammy. The Victoria Theater was important to everyone. One of the pieces that I got was from the antique shop over on Shamokin Street, Odds and Ends, and she actually had this outside. This is one of those pieces to the Victoria Theater. As you walked in, you had this marble-looking sections going up, and this is one of those pieces. So we put it on a pedestal here to kind of showcase that. So that is a piece from the Victoria Theater facade. This is the photo that we really looked at to renovate the entire space, and I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, again, you can see going down here, it's OK Wetzel's Notions and Dry Goods. He actually put in the tin ceilings and he put in heat. So he was starting to do all this investment, and then the stock market crashed. So 2 years after that, he said, I'm out. I can't do it. So he gave up on it, sold the building, and then it went through several iterations, became Miller's Auto Supplies. And if I had one more person say, I got my first bike in there, right? Because in these windows, you would see the bicycles and stuff up on this floor. So all of these people kept saying, I got my bike in, my first bike in there. And then this one gentleman walked up to me and I swore he was going to say, I got my first bike in there. And he said, I got my first gun in there. So they sold guns as well. But that's
toys, guns,
and this is actually the manager. I can't remember his name right now, but I'll get it to you. This is actually the manager. No, I can't remember. Dang, I can see him. I knew him when he was older. And then, of course, it turned into a lot of people's fan favorites, Naples Pizza, and then the fan club.
I remember the.
Yeah, and then after the fan club, and you can see it's kind of,
yeah,
you know, dying here, right? But they just kept that front area, and it was Weller Vending in the back. So they had a coffee supply company in the back. But yeah, wow. When we picked it up, it was a little even. And it's funny because everybody on the side here thought that was just brick kind of falling down. It was painted tin. And at the entrance, we actually have that same painted tin from the side as the side entrance. We just prettied it up and painted it. Yeah. So OK Wetzel was the first one that I mentioned, but this is actually the deed of the very first purchase of this location. This is from the court, right? And it identifies this ground in that purchase in 1873. And then it became W.H. Ziering. And on the side of the building, when we took all that tin off, we actually saw some handwritten advertisement for W.H. Ziering on the wood. And then it became OK Wetzel. Yep. That's a well-known picture that I just had to put up.
Sure. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. But like, think about it, Matt. This is 1920, right? This is probably 1910s, 1890s, maybe. We're 100 years from that, right? And look at what their conditions were. You know, people had outside restrooms and outside kitchens here in Pennsylvania. And literally barrels in the kitchen where they took their baths. My father was actually born in the kitchen, and my grandmother had to go to the bathroom, but she couldn't make it to the outhouse. So she went to pee in the bucket and birthed my father, like in 1933. So yeah, we're less than 100 years ago.
Wow.
Here we are.
And I get mad when my phone battery's running low. I can't find the tile. On TV.
Could you imagine?
So first of all, thank you for doing this. It's important.
Thank you for thanking me.
Help to preserve our history.
Yeah.
Is there any piece of artifact that you're like, you know, what's your Babe Ruth card? What's your Babe Ruth rookie card?
So,
right?
you know, I don't think there is one artifact, you know, like I have the Millette sign. Like I got to go through the Millette's building right before it was demoed. And it wasn't even the Millette's building, it was David's Distributing right next. And I walked up and look around, there's the Millette sign, you know? So I have that. The fan club, of course, was downstairs. And so you have all those signs in the patio. I mean, Dave Reed gave me the Reed milk truck, you know, ice cream truck door. I think that's the issue. It's not the thing that really, you know, motivates me or gets me excited. It's all of the people saying, here, I want to contribute. Yeah. I want to, you know, maintain this. I want to be part of this. And having all of those people saying, I want to be part of this and giving me their history and their story lights me up. I love it. Awesome. I love it.
All right, Kathy, thank you.
Yeah.
And come here and eat. It's delicious.
Yeah.
And we have some